Hello everyone, Neil Tappin and Joel Tadman here from Golf Monthly. If you are looking for a high-tech electric trolley, broadly speaking, you've got two options to go for. You can go for something like this with an inbuilt GPS unit that will give you all the yardages you need while you're out on the golf course, or
you can opt for a remote controlled option, and we've got one of each here from the latest M series from Motocaddy. I've got the M7 Remote, Neil has the M5 GPS, and we're going to take both of these out on the golf course, give them a thorough test to understand kind of what they offer the golfer and which one might be best for your game. Now, I'm well aware that there's a lot of golfers out there, myself included, who would be slightly nervous about using a remote controlled electric trolley for the fact that you might not have as direct control of where it's going as you might like. But actually, I've been surprised with how easy it was to steer and maneuver the M7 Remote here using this ergonomic handset. So you can see here it's very, very easy to use. You've got forward, back, left and right buttons, and then an emergency stop button in the middle. And as a result, I've been able to kind of steer it around different parts of the course, paths, slopes, very, very easily. I haven't found it getting away from me unnecessarily. It does that by the fact that it's got this kind of anti-tip wheel here at the back, which stops it from tipping over when you're going up steep hills. We've got a slightly wider wheelbase as well with these tyres that have a slightly more aggressive tread on them, and as a result I was able to steer the trolley to exactly where I wanted it to. And actually, remote control functionality does have a couple of unique benefits that other trolleys won't offer you. So for example, if you've hit your ball in the rough, it's quite thick rough, sometimes it can be difficult to take your electric trolley into the rough, can get stuck and tangled up. But if you're using a remote control trolley, you can leave it in the fairway, take the handset with you, maybe take your club with you, find your ball, hit your shot, and then you can steer the trolley up the fairway and it can meet you up by the green. So as a result, you haven't got to take the trolley into the rough. There's also another benefit. Once you get to the green, you can take your putter out, leave the head cover in there, walk onto the green, steer the trolley up towards the next tee, and that just saves a bit of time. So there are some unique benefits of using a remote control trolley like this M7 Remote. It's surprisingly easy to maneuver around the course given it is a remote control trolley, and actually that functionality will help you out in certain situations where other trolleys would let you down.
so as we've already mentioned, the M5 GPS, the key feature here is that the GPS unit is built into the trolley, which means that it's really simple and easy to use. You're not having to go to a separate place in your bag to find your yardages as you play. They're all here on the central console for you to see. And the screen that it's displayed on is really excellent. So it's quite a large screen and it's really easy to see. So on days like today where the sun is in and out of the clouds all the time and it can be really bright, you've got no problem seeing the information that's documented in front of you. Now, the other key feature here is that the flag on the green is movable, so you can move the flag in exactly the position you want it to be in. That will adjust the yardages. On this particular hole, I think the flag's about there, which is right for me. And then if you need more information than just front, middle and back yardages, you can press hazards, and that's particularly applicable for the shot that I'm faced with here. So it's 137 to carry the water, 138 to carry the little bunker that's short of the green, 138 to the front, 167 to the back, and the flag is 153. So 153 yards to the flag, wind slightly off the right. Let's give this a go. I'm going to hit an 8-iron for this. Okay, so we've had the chance to test out both of these trolleys quite a bit. And Joel, with any remote control trolley, my worry would always be that it's in danger of falling over. So whenever you have to go through difficult bits of terrain on the course, you're in danger of toppling over unless it's really stable. What's been your finding on that front?
Yeah, I shared that concern, Neil, before I started using it, but actually in practice out on the golf course, I was surprised at how sturdy it was. You've got that wider footprint here with the wheels, you've got the anti-tip wheel here on the back, and as a result, going down a variety of different slopes, even slightly wet slopes, The trolley stayed in place, the bag stayed in place, and obviously this trolley has Motocaddy's downhill control feature as well, which means it maintains the same speed going down slopes regardless of how steep they are. And as a result, all those things combined meant I maintained really good control of the trolley. Obviously, there are some situations where you want to take more direct control.
Going over a bridge over
exactly,
water.
a bridge over water, you want to make sure you've got hold of it. So you can use it like you would your trolley, put your hands on the handle and just make sure it doesn't go off, and use it like a conventional trolley. The only thing I would say about that is it's difficult to steer the trolley and turn it, especially when it's stationary or moving slowly, because the tread on the wheels is obviously a bit more aggressive. So it's a little bit more difficult to do that. But that aside, using a remote control trolley was absolutely seamless. It took me, a few minutes just to get used to the handset, how it worked, and I was surprised at how easy it was to control. So I was actually pretty impressed with it.
Yeah, I'd say that big red stop button on the remote control is pretty handy as well.
Very important.
Okay, so moving on to mine, and I think this trolley impressed me because it just strikes that perfect balance between offering lots of functionality and lots of features without those features getting in the way. So I tend to use a laser while I'm out on the golf course, but I'm only ever really lasering the flag. I'd say 95% of the time that's what I'm doing. Every now and again I'll laser a point in the fairway to hit the ball to. And really that's all the information that I require while I'm out on the golf course. This unit offers me a little bit more. So I think front, middle, back distances are really handy.
Really handy.
So for instance, knowing that there's trouble over the back of the green, knowing that you can't carry the ball further than 163 for instance, is a really handy feature to have. And then on top of that, you have very clearly laid out distances to all the hazards that you're facing. So that combination makes this screen very good indeed. And then on top of that, it's just the ease of use. Getting this thing around the golf course is so easy. You don't need to sort of manhandle it to get it around the golf course or in and out of your car. It's just been really nicely designed. It's nice and compact, it's nice and lightweight, and I think it worked really well.
Yeah, I think we've both agreed that it was really, really easy to use. There's a couple of things that we both noticed. The latches are a little bit stiff on these trolleys, so
yeah.
That's just a little bit frustrating. And for me, putting the remote control in upside down just takes a bit of getting used to. But these are pretty minor points.
Fairly minor things.
Yeah, when you factor in the functionality that these trolleys offer, and then all the other kind of Motocaddy specific design features like the battery, the wheels, and the easy lock base and the compact folding, it really is a really appealing package, isn't it?
Yeah, so there you have it. That's our look at the two Motocaddy trolleys, the M7 Remote and the M5 GPS. Before you go, please do hit the pause button and let us know what you think. Would you use a remote control trolley? If not, why not? We'd be interested to hear what you have to say. Likewise, if you've used anything like this with a GPS unit built in, again, we'd like to hear what you have to say. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.